I haven't done a gardening video for some time, and my apologies, but now we're coming to winter. There seems to be an appetite on the internet for winter gardening. Charles Dowding is doing his thing, Seaside Steve is doing his, and it's very fascinating for gardeners to watch people do what seems like superhuman gardening abilities, and they are. But they do, both of these people and others teach us how to do it. It's just, even if you follow their instructions, it's still very difficult to do. It's quite difficult to be a gardener full stop, even during the summer, and there's a whole load of variables that conspire to ruin your beautiful vegetables. It's even worse in autumn and winter. But there are techniques we could use. So these aren't my techniques. These are techniques coming from, actually, Charles Dowding and Seaside Steve both have completely different styles. One uses no dig with 2 inches of compost across all of his beds. That's Charles Dowding. He doesn't fertilise. Seaside Steve uses, I've never seen him be an advocate for no dig. He applies compost as well, but he uses bloodfish and bone, and obviously good manure that's been composted is the best. I tend to go with, I found that bloodfish and bone, fertilising your plants, gives you that little head start, that little boost. No offence to Charles. I watch Charles, I will be, around about the middle of February, I shall be watching Charles Dowding's videos going, right, when do we start, Charles? Come on, let us know. And he will demonstrate how to start your broccoli, your coriander, your farce cabbage and all that sort of stuff, and he'll do it in detail for you. What I do is, what I try, I'm no expert, follow these guys, don't follow me. I follow both of them. and I'm a digger as well. Look, what I've got, so look, for example, I grow, like in the Seaside Steve, I grow things on in pots, a little bit longer than Charles does. Bloodfish and bone in there and compost. And I've got loads of stuff here. It's sort of my reserve. Some of it's going in the greenhouse, some of it's going in cold frames. So it's the greenhouse and the cold frames that are the thing that enable us to grow over winter. I'm hesitating pausing because Charles also grows under fleece and on the ground. So there's a number of techniques you can use, but I find the cold frame of the greenhouse the best method for protecting your plants. Let me show you. These cold frames are a mixture of cold frames knocked up by me from waste wood and bits of old plastic I found in skips, and your old Aldi, cheap Aldi cold frames, which I think this new lot are very, very good. I'm enjoying using them. They they don't fall to bits instantly like the last iteration. But anyway, what they do is create a nice atmosphere that should keep your plants alive over winter, and in autumn, early winter, late winter and spring will let your plants thrive. But there are problems, so you need to ventilate, because otherwise you will get mould, fairy mould, because it becomes a warm environment and wet because you're watering your plants, and that means you don't want mould on your plants. Secondly, so when you open your cold frames to allow ventilation to deal with the mould, to dry things up, then in come your mice and your cats, which will dig up your plants, and all the while, whether it's open or closed, you will come under attack by slugs. I think in gardening the number one priority is to keep your slugs under control. I use organic slug pellets, not very many of them, but a certain amount, and yeah, they're doing alright. I'm pleased. I'm taking pickings. So you have to choose, even though you are protecting your plants, you've got to choose hardy plants. So we've got tatsoi, which is a type of pak choi basically, chicory, parsley, coriander, spinach, you can do spinach, and the hardier lettuces. This is marvel of four seasons. I've got onion section here as well, which are starting to come on now. Oh, celery. So they're perfect environments for hardy plants to grow, not just be kept on life support, but to grow so you can eat them. So I've taken a couple of harvests. They've only been here in a month and a half, and I've got a couple more, one more cold frame to build. I've got the wood for it, and another box from Aldi cold frame. And but it is, yeah, slugs and snails. There's one here, tiny one. They do so much damage, especially to tatsoi. They love tatsoi. So yeah, you've also got other alternatives. Is fleece, but that will try and blow away. So, and in storms, the storms will try and pick up your cold frame and send them down the street. So what I do is put metal posts and wooden posts around them to hold them in place, and also, if you make them of wood, quite a lot of, if there's a lot of timber in there, it'll stay put anyway. So yeah, so that's what I'm into. I'll keep you informed about how things go as we move further into autumn and winter.